So, hello everyone. This is actually the first time I'm putting anything on YouTube, but I thought this would be worth the try. I am going to unbox a jar of Deli Bal honey, which I ordered from Turkey. Interestingly, it's actually been shipped from the US. I don't know why, because I'm in the Netherlands and it would have been much easier to ship it from Turkey than from the US, I would say. It's a shorter distance, but anyway, that's how it went. And the reason for me to make this video is because it's very expensive. It's 80 euros including shipping for a small jar, which should be in that white box right there. And I just want to know what it's all about, because they actually heavily market this on Instagram as being medicinal honey. But actually most people will probably order it because it's said to induce like a mild intoxication and a very pleasant feeling if you don't take too much. If you take too much, then apparently it can cause an overdose, which should be very unpleasant. It's derived from the rhododendron ponticum flower, and rhododendron is a very poisonous plant. I enjoy poisonous plants anyway, but mostly for decoration. This here, for instance, is a Euphorbia resinifera, which is, well, you can look it up, but this is just like extremely poisonous and the most irritating substance nature has to offer. Think of the hottest chilies in the world, but then more than 1,000 times hotter. But anyway, back to the honey. This should be nicer. Deli Bal honey. This is how it comes. It's actually lighter colored than I expected it to be. I thought it would be like darker. But here, I don't know if you can read this, but it says medicinal honey on there. Raw, cold, extracted honey stored in a cool place from Turkey. Amount per serving. Now it just loses focus. But anyway, it says 1 tablespoon. And servings per container, 0. That's very interesting. I don't know if it can actually focus on there. Just wanted to hold it against the light. No, it's not really, you can't really see it like this. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Comes in a jar like this. It's pretty well sealed, so that's good. And I suppose I should just give it a try and get back to part 2 of this little review. Okay, so I've opened up the jar. And, well, there's one thing left to do, I suppose. Just give it a try. Deli Bal honey from Turkey. So I already got a spoon. It was pretty well sealed, so that's good. There's no way anything else could have gotten in there. And let's just try a small amount first. They say the recommended amount is just 1 tablespoon per 24 hours. So I'll just start off with just a little bit. This is just a taste test. Maybe if I like it, I'll have a bit more and then see if it has any effect. So, well, wait for those threads to come off. I don't want my whole interior to just become sticky. Okay, that's it. Let me give it a try. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is really delicious. This is really unlike any other honey I've ever had, for taste anyway. This is really good honey. It's very, very tasty. I've never had anything quite like that, actually. I've got quite a few jars of honey here, some really nice tropical honeys and so on. But yeah, it's really good. But it did cost 80 euros for this small 250 gram jar. So is it worth 80 euros just based on the flavor? I wouldn't think so, but the whole thing is it should have some other side effects, right? So I guess we'll just have to wait for that. I'm definitely going to try a little bit more, not too much. And I suppose the next part will be about whether I can actually feel anything, because that's the thing that we're all wondering, right? All right. All right, so it's several days later, and I must say this honey is a big disappointment. It does taste delicious. The first day I had the recommended serving of 1 tablespoon. Didn't really do anything besides taste good. And then I did get a bit suspicious, to be honest, because, well, this is heavily marketed. Today's a Sunday, and I decided today, let's just go for a bigger dose. So you can see I took about 1/3 of the jar on an empty stomach on Sunday morning. I thought, well, if anything happens, it won't really matter on this day. but there's literally no perceptible effect. So this could just be ordinary honey. There's no way to tell. That's just been marketed as this being this rhododendron honey. But in my opinion, it's a waste of money. This jar costs 80 euros, and yeah, as I said, there's no perceptible effects. And I took 1/3, so I should be heavily overdosed on this stuff right now. So I think this might be a clever trick of theirs, is that it says on the back, servings per container, 0. So this might just be a legal trick of them to sort of get away with it being a just ordinary honey, medicinal honey. Anyone can say that, but yeah, it doesn't really do anything besides be sweet and taste like delicious honey. So yeah, to sum it up, I would definitely not buy this again. And I also don't recommend wasting money on this, because I think it's just marketing. It doesn't really do anything. It's better to get it from like the more obscure traders, I suppose, maybe from Nepal or wherever. Try to find someone that has good ratings. I also actually looked this one up on Google with some people commenting on it, and basically all said the same thing. This doesn't do anything. And then their reply is, well, it's supposed to be medicinal, you're not supposed to get high off of it, but let's be honest, that's what people want, right? So that's it. That's my review of Deli Bal honey. Please don't buy it.